Hello traders and investors, how are you today? Welcome to another video here in the Finance Hydra channel. My name is Nathan, it is a pleasure to see you guys around here, and in this video I want to talk about short patterns, the most classic and important short patterns to keep in mind. And I see many people talking saying many stuff about short patterns, and in this video I'm going to tell you guys how to properly use short patterns in your favor and how the short patterns mechanics work. All right, so I'm going to describe exactly how to trade short patterns, and you must keep in mind some aspects about short patterns. First is that you must click on the like button. All right, this is very important. Are you already my subscriber? So you know that I'm not gonna disappoint you. So you may click on the like button right now. All right, safely click on the like button. If you're not my subscriber yet, I am just inviting you to join this community. We are growing nicely so far, and we have a very nice community. We talk about interesting stuff in this channel. So I really hope you guys are going to enjoy this video and seriously consider subscribing because our content is very good. So, but keep in mind two things regarding short patterns. First, we gotta understand that they are not necessarily something for us to memorize. They all have a psychological meaning behind. Second, there are two types of short patterns: the continuation short patterns and the reversal short patterns, where most of the money can be made during reversals. Reversals are they are very, very interesting, and you can make most of your money only trading reversals, but it is very important and it is interesting to keep in mind both types of short patterns. All right, so let's start talking about continuation short patterns. For instance, here we have Alibaba, and Alibaba is trending nicely over here, or not that nicely because it is a bear trend. But when a stock is in a crystal clear bear trend, you must think like this: okay, since we are trending, we are gonna have lower highs, lower lows. And when a stock like Alibaba or any other stock that is trending in a bear trend, when it bounces back up to a previous resistance level, like this point, which was a previous resistance over here, or this point, which was the 21 EMA in the weekly chart, or this point, which again was the 21 EMA. When a stock does these movements, this is a classic continuation short pattern. Call it dead cat bounce, okay? Because the stock is trending and it is always bouncing back up to a resistance level, and then it drops again. It bounces back up, it drops again. This is a classic short pattern, okay? Classic. And how to trade dead cat bounces? Every time you see a bearish candlestick pattern in a resistance level, you may assume it is a dead cat bounce. For instance, over here, this is a candlestick pattern, call it dark cloud cover candlestick pattern. I did a video about candlestick patterns, which you may you may watch after this video. Okay, I talk about the dark cloud cover short pattern, classic reversal candlestick pattern after a retest of the resistance level in a stock that is already in a bear trend. Yeah, this was the famous dead cat bounce. And what's even more interesting than the dead cat bounce is the possibility of flag and pennant patterns. I have a very good example of pennant on Bitcoin on the weekly chart. How do you trade pennants, and what pennants mean for us? Well, every time you see a very nice bullish movement, or could be bearish as well, could be a bearish pennant, but in this case I'm going to use the bullish version of the pennant pattern. You see a bullish leg, and then the stock or the crypto starts moving sideways. Okay, usually this indicates a short mid-term accumulation, which might in turn become a pennant short pattern. What is important to keep in mind regarding pennants? Well, since we had a very nice bullish leg, the bullish leg must have good volume, while the pennant per se must have a decrease in volume. This tells us that okay, the stock is accumulating. It is not necessarily dropping, but it's showing some weakness signs, but not because there are people selling it. It's because there are people waiting for it. The smart money is waiting, is resting a little bit, waiting for a movement to mature, for it get closer to the EMA maybe, and then start to aggressively buying back again. Okay, and the peanut exploded from below 10K. The rest is story. Okay, we retested the $64,000. This is a classic peanut chart pattern, and that's how you must trade it. Okay, look at the volume, look at the psychological meaning behind the entire situation, then we'll see, right? Then we'll see if it is a true peanut or not. Another continuation chart pattern, triangles. We have a very nice triangle on Fortinet over here. This was a very nice triangle. We have three types of triangles: descending, symmetrical, and ascending. What triangles mean? Well, they have a similar meaning to peanut patterns because every single peanut is also a flag pattern. Every single peanut is also a triangle chart pattern, but in this case, we don't have the amazing bullish leg. All right, anyway, this descending triangle has a resistance made by this black line, a clear support level made by the green line, which was previously a support level over here. This is meaningful. Where you should buy when a stock is doing a triangle? Well, buy it when it's near the support level, assuming it is a bull trend, because triangles are continuation patterns. Remember this, I'm talking about continuation patterns. Buy near the support level. We actually bought Fortinet on November last year, and I still have Fortinet with me on my portfolio. It is a very nice stock. I'm still holding it. Right now it's dropping, but I do expect a pullback to the EMA in the weekly chart, and this is it. The stock is trending. We have another example on NEO. NEO is doing a symmetrical triangle over here, which maybe it is a flag or a pennant pattern. All right, so there is this idea when you should buy NEO. Well, if it does a very good reaction near the support level. If we break this pennant, well, NEO might fly very, very high again. Okay, this is expected. But however, as long as we don't see any crystal clear buy sign, let's just hold it. Palantir did a classic ascending triangle. This is the support level, okay, and this is the resistance level. See, it's doing a triangle. It's just like Fortinet, but it's reversed. The moment it starts to trending nicely, I think it's going to break the resistance for good. This is not going to be a false breakout, and Palantir might fly again to the $45. This is a very nice and plausible situation. And the last continuation pattern is the rectangles. Let's see, we have a very nice rectangle going on AMD over here. All right, the stock is doing a sideways movement. Every single rectangle might be a flag pattern as well, and in this case you might consider it as a flag, but the flag is too big, right, for the size of the pole. So anyway, it is still a triangle. How do you trade triangles? Let's always keep in mind it is a sideways movement. During sideways movements, you buy near the support levels, okay, and sell when it retests the resistance, and if it breaks it, all right, nice, you may just hold it. But rectangles are a very nice and easy chart pattern to trade. I like rectangles. I like buying during accumulations like this, but the best moments to buy are during reversals. And some very nice reversal chart patterns we can analyze over here. The first one is the head and shoulders or inverted head and shoulders. Want to see how an inverted head and shoulders looks like? Check this inverted head and shoulders on Asana. IPO, drop it, did the pattern, it was triggered, and right now it is above $100. That's impressive. How do you understand or interpret a head and shoulders? Well, it's just a pivot point followed by another pivot point. On an inverted head and shoulders, it is a bearish pivot point followed by a bullish pivot point. And this is why head and shoulders are so powerful, because the second pivot point, it is frustrating the previous trend. Okay, it is a classic pivot point of reversal pattern, and it's frustrating the idea of a dead cat bounce. It is frustrating the previous pivot point. It is breaking the bearish sentiment. This is why it is such a powerful short pattern. Desktop metal, let me see, desktop metal did a regular head and shoulders. We had an accumulation. This is a very rare exception where the head and shoulders worked as a continuation pattern, because we came from this bearish momentum and then we did head and shoulders. But still, it is important to tell you guys how powerful this can be. Desktop metal tried to reverse the trend, and then it did a bearish pivot point after a dead cat bounce. So this is extremely frustrating, and probably head and shoulders, inverted head and shoulders, are the most powerful short patterns ever. I talk about this on my video about short patterns, and yeah, head and shoulders are very, very powerful. The next reversal short pattern that I really like it is double top, double bottom, along with rounded top, rounded bottom. We can assume Palantir did a rounded bottom over here. I like it for confirmation's sake, but I confess to you guys, it's very hard to trade a rounded bottom, because you don't know if it is doing rounded bottom or not until the movement is complete. Okay, when the chart is here, you still don't know. You can't assume it is going to be a rounded bottom. All right, so I really like it, but only for confirmation purposes. Okay, and regarding the double top, double bottom, see, we had a classic double bottom here. I'm so sorry, double top on Palantir, very powerful one, and this made a very nice resistance level, which was broke recently. Right now we are dropping. Okay, that's fine, but we broke this resistance. Okay, and this in turn is a pivot point in the weekly chart. Okay, and at the same time we have this triangle pattern, this double top pattern over here. We have many short patterns on Palantir, which is looking good. By the way, I really like double tops, double bottoms, especially for confirmation's sake, just like the rounded bottom. But still, I think we have the head and shoulders and inverted head and shoulders are a more powerful short pattern for triggering purposes. Okay, it's easier to trade these patterns. What's more, we did a double top over here on Palantir, right? In the 1 hour chart, we see that, okay, we retested it twice and then we did a bearish pivot point. This is not good. Probably Palantir is gonna drop, and it did drop to the support levels over here in the weekly chart, but still, the overall long-term bias is bullish, so I think Palantir is still safe. Anyway, it is important to keep in mind that all of these patterns, they have a meaning, okay? They have a deep meaning, a psychological meaning, and when you realize that, you're gonna trade with much more confidence than before, than ever, all right? So I think this is your last chance to subscribe to this channel, to like this video, because this video is over. You watched it so far and you still didn't like it? Well, like it, my friend, please. Thank you very much for your support, for your attention. See you guys on Monday on our next video. Bye bye, stay safe, farewell.